Good morning, guys. Welcome to the vlog. Today we're gonna do a day in the life homeschool style, like homeschool edition. I'm just gonna take you guys along and show you what today looks like as a homeschool mom with 3 kids. The kids are all over here having their lunch because today actually is a little bit of a different day. Normally we start off our school in the morning and we do our lessons, and I have plenty of those kinds of videos here on my channel. I'll try to link a few of them down below if you guys want to see more homeschooling videos. Today was different because we had a meetup with one of our like nature co-ops that we're a part of, so that was like super fun. We meet up once a month with that group. Pretty sure it's once a month, and basically what we do with that group is we're here in Miami, so we like find different parks and different like nature trails around Miami that we can meet up at. Sometimes we'll do like a cute little craft. So today it was actually really cute because the kids were like focusing on like wildflowers, and we did this craft. I've heard that it's like, I don't know, it's gone like viral on TikTok, but we did the whole like pressing flowers thing. So we made these little tea towels and they turned out so cute. So what we did is like a lot of the moms had picked up like just a bouquet of flowers, different kinds of flowers, and then we put them all on the table when we got there to the park. And everybody like picked their flowers, they brought hammers, and literally that's all it is. Like this is just like a tea towel, kind of like muslin material, and then you would put the flowers inside, hammer it, and then all of the pigment from the flowers would come out on the towel. So it's a cute little like, you know, craft project, experiment, something different. And then we explained to the kids how, you know, the flowers all had the pigment, and that's how they used to like make makeup back in the day and all of that. So that was super cute. The kids also just enjoyed just like running around and playing with their friends and like catching lizards. Sean, did you have fun? Hi, you have a little bit of cheese here on you, sir. But anyway, it was really fun. And then inside in like that park, there's like a little house where the guy that works there, I guess, hangs out. And then they had like a bunch of different like reptiles, and they had salamanders and snakes, and they had a little gator and just things that the kids got to look at. And then the guy that worked there also gave them like a little lesson on wildflowers and pollination. So like, yes, something super fun, but also something very educational for them. So it was great. Whenever I can make it to those meetups, like I haven't been able to make them to all of them, but whenever I can, I try to fit them into our schedule. So it worked out this time and the kids got to do that. So that being said, I prepped the kids very much, and I told them we're gonna go on our little nature meetup, whatever, but when we get back, we still have school to do. So we still have lessons to take care of. It's 1 o'clock now, so I'm gonna give them till like 1:30 to finish eating their lunch, and then at 1:30 we still have our lessons that we gotta catch up on. So let's eat, we'll eat, and then I'll show you guys what we are up to. Okay, lunch is done, and if you guys are new to the channel for any reason, I have to like finish lunch because this is like the dining room table. This is our lunch slash like do everything else table. Like I have one table in this house where we eat, where we do lunch, dinner, but then also like schoolwork. It was important to just like clear off the table so that way we can, you know, do lessons with the kids. Ideally, right? Like ideally I would have my own homeschool room, homeschool space, but that's just not what we have. So we make it work is kind of like what I'm trying to say. We make it work with what we have. Just know, and I hope that this gives you like a nice reminder that you don't need to have like a full-on homeschool room or wing in your house in order to homeschool your kids. So I'm gonna show you now what lessons look like. Normally we would be doing this in the morning, but like I said, today we had to kind of pivot. I also typically like to do lessons with the kids when Sean is napping. He is awake now, so it'll likely be more difficult. He's like playing in the playpen there, but it'll likely be more difficult. So we're gonna just do the best that we can. So as a reminder, Riley is doing 1st grade this year, and Jackson is doing like a pre-K 4 with me. So first thing that we're gonna do with Riley is while I work on Jackson's stuff, she's gonna do handwriting. And we've been having her use the Good and the Beautiful Handwriting Level 1 book. And so far it's been going pretty well. She likes it. It's got like things that she can color and connect the dots, and she does like a lot of just coloring and stuff while she's working on her letter formation. So she's gonna work on this page, and it's just something independent that she can do while I do preschool with Jackson, and it doesn't take a very long time. You ready, Mama? Mm-hmm. All right, so this one is a little different because you have to work on the formation here. You trace, and then you start at the green dot and you copy whatever you just traced. So this one will be for big A, this one will be for little a. Work on that. If you need me, you let me know, okay? Now for Jackson, Jackson will sometimes do his lessons there, but he prefers to, hi Sean, he prefers to do it here on this little table. Hey bud.
Alive.
What?
Alive.
Who's alive? Jackson has been really into Play-Doh lately. We did some homemade Play-Doh. We made Play-Doh yesterday, and he's been really into it, which is great because for him, it's a good like fine motor skill, helps him strengthen like that pencil grip, and he's been like cutting the Play-Doh, which is like a good thing that he's been really into. So even though he's playing, a lot of times he's working on those skills that I want him to work on. So for Jackson, we've been using the preschool book from Good and the Beautiful, and we have also like really enjoyed it. I did this book with Riley, and for Jackson, we are on lesson 31. We do like a lesson a day, and it's got basic stuff like learning the letters. Jackson still doesn't know all his letters, but we are working on it, and it's got a lot of stuff like what letter does this sound like the picture is an apple, match it to the letter A, just like basic stuff like that. And you see, this is what I told you, that it's gonna be more difficult because he's awake, but we'll see if he lets us do anything. Come over here, buddy. Come, you wanna come do school with us too? Here's your like little ball thing, so you can play with your toy. All right, Jackson, what does the letter I say? Remember we did I yesterday with the I. No, not I. Like what? What word starts with I? Jackson. Igloo. Igloo. Very good. So can you point to the uppercase I? Which one is uppercase? And which one is lowercase? And that's little I. Now let's look at these green letters. Can you point to the big J? The big J? And which is the little J? What does J say, Jackson?
J.
And what other words start with J?
Jackson.
Very good. What are these?
Jellyfish.
Those are jellyfish.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Cool, 6 jellyfish. Now look at the row of jellyfish, okay? I'm gonna point to a jellyfish and you're gonna tell me what sound it makes. Can we do that? Can we work on that?
No.
Sean says no. Okay, what does this one say?
J.
I. Remember? I. So remember, it's an I. No, it's an I. An I says I. Jackson, look at me. I says I. Can we say I? And this one says
Ja.
J. J. Hold the pencil correctly. How do we hold the pencil? There you go. Now we're gonna trace these lines. Try to stay on the lines. Do it neat. Good.
I'm getting it off.
And then what letter is this one down here?
F.
F. Good. Try to stay in the lines. Go slow. You're not in a rush. Good job. Meanwhile, Sean is over there making a mess. Okay, so that lesson was honestly, like, that was it for the lesson. So if I wanted to stop there, I could. But Jackson saw me flip the page, and he said he wants to do this page too. On the days like this where he's into it and he's not giving me a hard time, if he shows interest in doing another lesson, I will. So we're gonna try to do that. Can you point to the number 4? Over here, in these numbers over here. Point to the one that says 4. Can you do that? Go with your finger. Good. Can you point to number 3? Point to number 1. Point to number 6. Point to number 8. Oh, there is no number 8. That was a trick question. In these boxes, there are 2 letters that are the same. So you're gonna color or circle the ones that are the same. So in this row of boxes, which 2 letters are the same? Can you circle the 2 that are the same? Can you do that? Hold the pencil correctly, please. Good. Which ones are the same? Oh, okay. Those are H's, you're right. But now in this row, let's erase that. So this was like a new activity that he's never done before, and that's okay. Okay, so he was getting a little frustrated because he was getting confused, so I put Play-Doh on the one. So can we lift up this Play-Doh? All right, now in that set, which ones go together?
I guess.
Good, what letter is that?
T and T.
I.
I and I.
All right, lift up the next one. And let's see which ones go together. Good, that's a letter H.
H and H.
Good. Okay, and then this activity he's done many times where it's looking at the letter. What letter is this, Jackson?
J.
J. Now let's draw a line from all the things that start with J. We'll go around and draw a line, okay?
Car. Jeep.
It's a Jeep. So does Jeep start with J?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's draw a line. Good. What about jam?
Yeah.
Okay. What about this one?
No.
No. Not that one.
No.
What about?
Raincoat.
It's a jacket.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good. What about
Book.
book? Does book start with
No.
J? No.
It starts with B.
That's right. What about this one? This is a jar.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think cat starts with?
C.
Very good.
G. Does that start with?
Well, what sound do you hear?
Yeah.
Yeah, good job, buddy. Awesome. And now we've got some numbers here. Can you tell me what they all are? Count backwards.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Good.
Blast off.
All right, and that is it for Jackson's school. That was a little longer. There's like a little activity that I could play, but he did that activity earlier in the week. This is the kind of thing that takes just a lot of patience. Some days he's very focused and like on point. Other days he wants to play and be silly and is giving me the wrong answers just to be silly. That's like the hardest part, honestly, these days. Like the hardest part is managing like the emotions and trying to get them to be serious. And I get a lot lately of the, I don't want to do school, why do we have to do school? So that's been like the harder thing that we've been working on, trying to get past that like resistance. But really the amount of school is not a lot. It's not like he's sitting down, you know, working on stuff for a lot of time. Like a lot of it is they watch a lot of documentaries on things. We do stuff like what we did today, the nature hike. Tomorrow they have co-op, so we're part of like a little co-op and they're gonna do their fun stuff at co-op. But yeah, it's good because what I've been focusing on with Jackson is learning the letters and learning the sounds that they make. And he's made a lot of progress. Again, still doesn't know all his letters or like the sounds that all of them make, but I feel like he's improved definitely than, you know, even just a few months ago. So slowly we're working on that, and that is literally the goal for pre-K4. Our goal for pre-K4 is letters and the sounds that they make, so that way when he starts kindergarten, he can start like blending sounds. So that was Jackson. How was your handwriting, Mama?
It was good.
It was good?
It took a while for me to do this picture.
Okay, but it looks really cute. So we have some ducks. What is this boy doing?
He's feeding the ducks, and this is like the shed.
Oh, cute.
And then this is the barn. I tried to make it look like it was behind the tree.
Oh, cool. Very good. And then this was all just like letter formation and then practicing like the strokes that the letters make.
This is the sun.
Very good. So that is good. Good job with your handwriting. We're gonna move on to the next stuff. So for Riley, I have my little like homeschool planner that I use just because she's the one that has more subjects. Jackson just has his one little workbook, and he'll pay attention to the other stuff that I'm doing. Like we do some Spanish, which we're gonna review today probably, and like when we do our history stuff, he like listens in, but all of the other subjects really for Jackson are just like optional. Like I don't really give him a hard time about not participating in the other stuff. So Riley, now that she's in first grade, this is the first year that she has more subjects. So we do handwriting with her, which I am gonna say that kind of took care of handwriting. And then in my planner, basically what it is it's got all the dates down here and then all of the subjects that we cover. So I think, what is this? Language arts, math, handwriting, Spanish, history, art, and then I have her CCD class. Riley's preparing for her first communion. So we're doing like the first year of CCD preparation at home. So you guys will see that because we do have to do that lesson today. But we're gonna start with the basics, like the language arts and the math, and see where we go from there. Meanwhile, Sean is trying to get into these cabinets, so that's fun. It's just a lot of me making sure that he is not getting hurt. And then hopefully in a little while he'll let me put him back in there with in his playpen, because this is how we homeschool and it's not really super easy. Okay, so for Riley's math, we are also using Good and the Beautiful. So we're doing the math first grade course book. We're on lesson 37. So we'll do one of these lessons a day. This is how we're gonna have to do it. Sean can look at the colored pencils. Mama, can you count by fives, from 5 to 30? Count by fives.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50.
Great. Now we're...
55.
No, that's it, that's it. Now we are also learning her double addition facts. So 6 plus 6.
6 plus 6 is 6 is 12.
Good. What about 4 plus 4?
4 plus 4
Look at the lines. Look at the lines. What about 5 plus 5?
5 plus 5 is...
Here, go do. What is 5 plus 5, Riley?
5 is 10.
10. What about 3 plus 3?
3 plus 3 is 6.
7 plus 7?
7 plus 7.
Go. Where's the fish? There's the fish.
14.
Good. What about 8 plus 8?
16.
Good. Okay, great. And you got the magnets? So yeah, we have magnets on the fridge. That's gonna keep him entertained for 2 minutes. So hopefully it's long enough to do some of this. Okay, Mama. Every basket of strawberries has 29 strawberries in it. Write the number of strawberries that are in and around each basket. So since you know that there are 29 strawberries in the basket, you can start with the number 29 and continue counting the strawberries outside the basket. So in each of these, it's 29. So
That's 5.
so you can count the other one.
35.
29, so you stay 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34.
35.
No, it's 34.
No, look.
29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34. I'm gonna write 34. All right, let's see if he wants to play with this.
Free.
Okay, I took out this little toy that we have, which is actually really good if you want to work on like shapes and like position and stuff with your kids. I'll link it for you guys. I also have my Amazon storefront in the description box. It has like a whole bunch of like what we use for homeschooling, all of our manipulatives, all of that. So you can look and check for this stuff in the Amazon storefront. But anyway, I need to put something for Sean to do and to play with here. So I will keep an eye on him, make sure that he's not choking on anything. But I'm gonna see if maybe this will keep him entertained here in the high chair so I can work with Riley. Dish, and I'll check it.
38.
Very good.
38.
Okay, so that was math, very quick and easy. Sean was entertained there with the little blocks, so that is good. And I keep like the most frequently used like books and stuff here on the counter just because it's easy to grab. So now we're gonna do language arts, which is also Good and the Beautiful, first grade, and see how much of that we can get done. These lessons are usually not very long, maybe 10-15 minutes for math and for language arts at this point. Things that honestly take much longer are when we sit down to do Riley's CCD class, that's a little bit longer. And then also like if we're doing something for history, depending on what's going on that day, or for art, like if we have a project, obviously that takes more than like 5 or 10 minutes. So those things take a little longer. Riley has been doing really well with her reading, but I know that there's other subjects that we have to work on, like spelling is gonna be something that we have to kind of go back to and continue to focus more time on, because Riley is a great reader. She reads super well. I haven't really had to...
I read 2 Sophie Mouse books.
I know, she reads very well, but her spelling, we need to work on spelling. So what's beautiful is that I can see that by working with her every day. Like I know where her strong suits are, and I know what we need to like circle back on and spend some more time reviewing, which is again the benefit of me doing like one-on-one work with her. At some point this curriculum may change. At some point we'll have to spend more time, like we've got our subjects or whatever that I want to focus on. At some point we may have to like adjust and add more things in there, take away other things that aren't working. So we just, you know, we go adjusting. So right now we're doing first grade language arts for the Good and the Beautiful. So we're gonna do our little spelling review. First grade Good and the Beautiful, if you've never seen it, it's nice because it comes with these little booster books, these little like My First Reader kind of books, and they're supposed to spend some time every day reading one of these. So every time that we sit down, I'll usually like let her pick one out and then we go reading it. So we're gonna do that first. That one is called what?
The Best Fort.
The Best Fort. Good job.
I bring my friend down to the river where there are many ferns. Where there are many ferns, I say, it is the best fort ever. Look at the tall tower with stripes that swirl and twirl. Come, you go up the ladder first. Mother and father made a sturdy fort for me. I love being up close to where the birds purr. We hear them chirp and chirp. Let's sweep off the dirt and hurry and get everything clean. It's time. Let's sit here under the leaves in the best fort ever. The end.
So after we do our little book, there's also the Reading Booster B card. And this is just like phonics instructions. So this one is teaching them softy, I guess, softy E. So these are like more phonics skills that we work on, and they read some words. So we'll do a little bit of that. I truly never understood like how, or like never realized, I guess, how difficult the English language was until I started this year of like trying to teach certain, why are you getting so mad? Certain like phonics skills. And it's just crazy because Riley's the kind of student where she picks up words just by reading, by memorizing, by like, okay, he just really threw that. This is so fun, so fun. Great joy. So she memorizes a lot of words, but then that's why it's harder for her to spell them, because like the phonics isn't as strong. So we're gonna have to spend some time revisiting that and making sure that she has like the phonics correct. But like even me, like it's hard because I'm like, how do I teach you that C sounds so many different ways? Like it's very complicated. So that is definitely, as we continue to move forward, like we're gonna have to spend some more time on some of those more like, you know, complex concepts. Here we already did our booster books, we did our reading. So these are the words that I want you to write here, okay? You're gonna write the word pool. Okay, so we have, what does this say?
Pool.
So how do we write pool?
P.
Okay.
P.
Pool. Very good. What about tool? What would we add to spell tool?
P.
What about stood? How do we make that say stood?
Stood.
Nice. Okay, so I had to nurse Sean, so I wasn't filming, but this was really cute. She had to spell all these words and then write them. So she had to, you know, figure out how to spell them. So that was a little bit of handwriting plus spelling. And then this lesson was cute because she had like a mixed up sentence. She had to unscramble it. Then she had to read these sentences and match them to like this column, like the second half of the sentence. This was long vowel sounds. But what I like is that a lot of times in the lesson, there's this independent practice page, and since Riley can read for the most part, a lot of times if I have to run upstairs with Sean or something, I can tell her like sit here and work on this page by yourself, and I don't have to like explain a whole bunch of stuff to her. So like this I will usually do with her, and then if I have to clean up the kitchen or, you know, tidy up something or prepare someone food, I can just have her sit here and do this on her own. So that was it. That was her language arts lesson. So it is 2:19 now, and even though like I feel like I have probably been doing this for a long time, just because there's been a lot of interruptions and pivoting and like what can I give Sean to entertain him, plus he's crying, I have to attend to him. We haven't even been doing school for an hour, so at least the core lessons are done. And then what I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a quick little break and just like let everybody reset, see if I can get Sean eventually to take another nap. And if I can get him down, Riley's like, peace. If I can get him down, then we'll pick up again and do the other couple things that I have in mind today. If not, then again, we're still gonna take a break regardless, and we'll do like the extracurriculars, the extra subjects in a little bit. All right guys, so it is 3:20. I think I got Sean to sleep. He's not really moving in the crib, so I think he succeeded. I think I succeeded in getting him to sleep. So I told the kids that they could get a snack, and we're gonna do Riley's CCD class. So we're using for CCD this program called Blessed Catholic. What I like about it is it's very interactive. So it's something that even Jackson will like watch, because you watch like videos on YouTube. So if you go to YouTube and you type in Blessed Catholic, there's like a series of little cartoon videos that go along with this. So even if your kid isn't doing like first reconciliation yet or communion yet, it's still a really nice program, because it'll teach them like why Jesus died for us and like what is sin and all of that. So it's really nice. And then I bought the workbooks on Amazon. There's a teacher's guide and then the student's workbook. So this is Riley's workbook, and every once in a while it'll tell you like, you know, journal with Jesus. He has to write some stuff, and then there's like the lesson, which is basically exactly what's in the video. So sometimes I don't spend too much time like reading these, because she was watching like the information on the video. But you see there's like really pretty pictures in here. It talks about the 10 commandments, and I think that they do a good job of like making it very kid friendly. I'm trying to show you like the questions after one of the, yeah, here. So like at the end of each unit or lesson, whatever, there's like true and false questions, and then they go over some of the more, you know, like important concepts. So I think I put like a little sticky note here of like where we left off. So we are on lesson 3 or session 3. They're supposed to do this like once a week. The session though, like if you do it once a week, it's like 90 minutes, and I think that's a little too long for them. So I break it up in half. Do like half a lesson one day, and then the next week we'll do the other half of the lesson. So this is just, again, a cute way to teach them these concepts, and then you'll see like the video pops up and they can listen to it and watch it.
We call the day Jesus died on the cross Good Friday, because it was the day that Jesus taught the world how to love by laying down his life for us and dying on the cross.
All right, so we finished the videos, which was really quick and easy. So now I'm gonna have Riley answer these questions. So they're just like simple true and false. So the first one, what does the first one say, Mama? So what's the whole sentence? When Jesus was on the cross, he thought of you because?
Because he loves you.
Is that true or false?
True.
Good job, Jackson.
True.
True. What's the next one?
Jesus wants you to become one of his disciples.
True or false?
True.
True.
Your sacraments help you make the worst version of yourself. What?
Jackson, good job, buddy.
Jesus wants you to be part of his story. Yes.
So even though Jackson is just like over here behind the couch playing with his own thing, he's still answering these questions, which I think is so funny. Okay, so Riley finished, and this is also great because it's the kind of thing that she can do on her own, and like I can obviously help her if she needs me, but if I need to tidy up or attend to Sean or something, but he's still sleeping, so it worked out. So she answers some questions, and this we're gonna save for next week. We'll do a little closing prayer, which will be nice, and then next week we'll start session 4. Yeah, lesson 4 is on forgiveness and healing. But you see, like even though we just did half of lesson 3, it still took us a little while because like some of the videos are longer than others. So that's why I like to kind of break it up into 2 sessions. This year when Riley goes into like our parish to do her CCD classes, it'll be once a week, and it will be longer, but it'll be like, you know, in person, and she'll be there with other students. So this year I just want to keep the sessions like quick. We're obviously learning, and a lot of the CCD stuff or like the religion stuff, whatever you want to call it, we also learn when we do our history class, which you're probably not going to see me do today because today's not a heavy history class, but we're doing a lot of history throughout the week. So this is just like extra stuff. That is done, and now the only other thing I really wanted to do today was Spanish. And so we're gonna do a quick little Spanish lesson. I told you guys when I did my whole curriculum video that we've been using this Simply Spanish. It's like Charlotte Mason's Simply Spanish. It's this thing that I bought online, and it's really cute. The kids have been liking it. I'm not gonna do like a full, you know, like having you see exactly what I do, but if you want to see what this looks like, I have another video called like how I'm teaching my kids Spanish, and I walk you through like an entire Spanish lesson so you can have an idea what it looks like. But I have the unit that we're doing unit 5, and we're gonna practice some Spanish like sentences here. And then yesterday we were working on a tiger, a tigre, and we were looking at the different body parts of a tigre, the ojos. Riley, do you remember what the word garras was? El tigre. The claws, right. El tigre tiene garras. So just. ¿Y cómo hace el tigre? Yeah. What about la cola? Do you know where la cola is? El tigre's cola? Yep. And that's literally as like informal as like the lesson is sometimes. It's just reviewing different vocabulary words. So we're gonna do some of that. And then the other thing that I've been liking to do with the kids is every time that I do Spanish, I bring out a different, or not a different one every time, but I bring out like a new Spanish book every lesson or every week or two. I'll rotate the books. So this is a book that we've had, which is about a caterpillar. And it's got the English translation and then the Spanish translation.
Can I read it in English first?
Yeah, I think you could do that too. You can read it in English and then I'll tell it to you in Spanish. Thanks. Yeah, that would be good. Sometimes they have like both English and Spanish, but then I check out other books at the library that are all Spanish. We were recently reading the If You Give a Mouse a Cookie series. They have them all in Spanish. So we did If You Give El Cerdito un Panqueque, If You Give the Pig a Pancake. Which other one did we do? We did If You Give El Ratón la Galletica, right? The mouse a cookie. So we've done a couple of those. I ordered from the library a couple of the other ones that they have. And really what I found is that the kids pick up the most when I just read books to them in Spanish. So if you don't have a huge Spanish book collection and you're trying to teach them a language, just rent them at the library. They have a bunch. And I'll just pick something very easy. It doesn't have to be like a chapter book in Spanish, just something very simple. We read Goldilocks and the Three Bears in Spanish. So books like that. And I read them and the kids listen. Sometimes they pay attention more than others, but at least we're trying to work on just some of that vocabulary so that they can understand something. You want to read it in English? What does it say?
This boat needs a boat.
So esta oruga, what is oruga?
I thought I was going to read.
Oh, you're going to read the whole thing in English and then we'll read it in Spanish? Okay, you can do that.
I see a caterpillar crawling down the grass, trying to peek in a shiny looking glass.
Okay, we just read the book, so that is done. And then the kids asked about the song that goes with the unit study for Spanish. So I pulled up the song, because there's like a little QR code here. We're gonna listen to the song, and Sean is already awake, so this is gonna have to be very fast.
Mom.
All right, come listen to the song. It's about an elefante. Okay, so now just so you guys have a reference, like as far as time goes, it's 4:25 and we are done with really like the bulk of what we're gonna do today. There was one thing we didn't get to that I would have liked to, which was gonna be a little history activity where we're learning about the Romans. We're gonna do like a little scroll, but I'm gonna move that to tomorrow, which is the reason why I have like some flexibility in my lesson planning, which is good. I would have gotten to it today if we didn't have our outing in the morning, but since we did, that's fine. We still, I think, covered a lot of things today, so I was happy about that. So really, if it's like 4:30 now, we started at 1:30. We did from 1:30 to 2:30. We took a break from 2:30 to 3:30, and then we did school from 3:30 to 4:30. So really, it was like 2 hours of dedicated schooling time, and it definitely would have gone faster if we didn't have Riley's CCD class, because that takes the longest amount of time. So not like a ton of time, considering that I've got like the two of them that I'm trying to, you know, make sure that I'm spending some time with each of them. So I just like to tell you that from like a timing perspective, because that's always like one of the questions, like how long do you do school for and whatever. I also forgot to tell you guys that Joe is out of town this week, so I'm by myself with the kids, so I also don't have as much energy as I normally would. So this is fine. We're just gonna relax the rest of the day and we'll like watch some videos on TV. And I did tell Riley that she could like, to keep her entertained and to do like an extension of school, that she could draw a picture of something that she saw today at her nature little get together or whatever. So Riley's really big on art, and so this is something that is very easy, and she can take her crayons or her markers or whatever, and then she'll draw something having to do with what she saw today. Earlier this week, she did this little arts and craft thing from her art class that she does. So this was a little project about the Garden of Eden and the snake, and then this was her thing from last week or 2 weeks ago that she did, which was like about how God is like in the center of her heart. And then this one was another one that she did that was about like God created, you know, the world.
And then I did.
So, and then you drew Ariel and flowers. calendar, which is cute. And then her dragon is like all her art stuff she's very proud of. So anytime that we're trying to like kill time and like keep them entertained, I can always count on Riley just being down to take her colored pencils and draw something. So she does this a lot throughout the day. Okay guys, it is 10 o'clock at night. I forgot when I last vlogged, but there wasn't really much else that went on tonight. Again, I was solo parenting tonight, so we just kept things real easy. The only other thing that the kids like really did school-wise, well, Riley did finish her picture. I forgot where I put it. Oh no, it's over here. She drew that picture of like something she saw on her nature hike. She said that was like an alligator. So that was her painting. So she did that, and then the kids were watching, there's like a YouTube video, like a YouTube channel that they like to watch. It's like this guy that goes fishing in ponds and he rescues fish, and they learn about all these different kind of fish. Like, they're into anything like that. My kids give a lot of those channels a lot of watch time, but they really learn a lot of stuff. So I have to be careful. I know I have to be careful with like what they watch, and obviously I'm mindful of like how often they're watching stuff and how much or whatever. But they were outside a good bit of today, so they did that, and that was entertaining them so I could put Sean to sleep. So that was really it for today. So I'm here like packing like lunches and stuff for the kids co-op tomorrow, because tomorrow they'll be at co-op, and then that'll be a fun day for them. So yeah, that is it, you guys. I hope you guys like this little day in the life homeschool style and like what a homeschool day looks like. Like I tell you, with every single one of these videos will be different. So if you like this kind of content, then definitely subscribe, stick around. I'll see if I can link to my other homeschool like day in the life videos down below. But even if you have like a smaller kid, like I was doing these like homeschool videos like even, I don't know, 2 and 3 years ago when we were still in Virginia, and I was just doing little preschool stuff with Riley. So it's been so fun just to like look back and to see like how our days have changed, but in some ways like they're also still the same. So if you like any kind of homeschool content, or just like hanging out with us at home, whether or not you're a homeschooler, then definitely stick around. Let me know what you guys want to see, and that's it. I love your faces, and I'll see you guys very soon in my next video. Bye guys.